Eugene, how you guys doing tonight? How you guys doing? I don't get down here a lot. I don't see. I don't get a lot of time down here. Do you guys have an Occupy movement down here? You guys do? Support the Occupy movement? Support your local chapter of it? Yeah, that's good. We got one in Portland. You know, I like the Occupy movement in theory. I'm not sure I feel like some of the people down there, at least in Portland. I know you guys got down here, but down there, up there in Portland, we got a bunch of people who don't know how to protest right, and it's really pissing me off. I was down there the first night that the Occupy Portland camp set up, and I saw this guy who had this giant banner he was walking around with, this giant sign that just said, "Government abuse is child abuse." That doesn't make any fucking sense. That person is protesting wrong. You don't just pit two things you don't like together and go checkmate your move, government. You know? If that was how you protest, I would be walking around the street all the time with a giant sign that just said global warming is Nickelback's music. But couldn't get away with that. The problem with the news is that's the type of people the news shows, you know, when they want to show the movement. So the news always covers incredibly stupid stories. I was watching the news the other day and I saw this really dumb story. This old woman was horrified. She caught a 17-year-old son sending his girlfriend pictures of his dick over his cell phone. She's like, "Oh my God, the sexy thing's an epidemic. Whoever would have thought a 17-year-old boy would send a girl he likes a picture of his dick?" It's like everyone thought that, you old prude. Of course they're going to do that. I'm totally down for the sex scene. I'm a real big fan of sex scene. If anything, my one problem I have with sex scene is that it makes it too easy to send someone a picture of your dick, you know? Do you guys remember how tough it used to be to send a girl a picture of your dick? I remember growing up being thankful for how easy it was. That was 20 years ago, you know? Growing up, I was constantly thinking, man, it was so tough to send someone a picture of your dick. Imagine how tough it was to send someone a picture of your dick like 200 years ago. It was damn near impossible. Think of all the things you had to have to send someone a picture of your dick 200 years ago. You had to buy an envelope. You had to buy a piece of paper. You had to then write on that piece of paper, explaining context what the fuck she was about to look at. And then you had to trace your dick on that piece of paper. Send it off. For those of you who've never seen me before, I'm going to catch up to speed real fast. My name is Anthony Lopez. I'm a half Mexican comic from Portland who also has a speech impediment. Okay, I think we're all caught up. Pretty much all there really is to know about me. Let's run through those. Yes, I am half Mexican. Trust me, I go to the Mexi stash to prove it. I got really bad body hair issues just in general though, you know. I grow pubic hair to my face. I have absolutely no body hair from my waist down. I'm completely hairy. So when I'm naked, I look exactly like a fawn. It's not incredibly attractive, but if any of you ladies out there that want to fuck something out of C.S. Lewis novel, I'll be over there after my set. Come on down, chat me up. Lucky, follow my happy trail down to Narnia. Call that. And I got speech impediment. That's why I talk the way I do. Speech impediment will stop most people from doing comedy, not me though. I'm a real positive guy, you know? I just don't look at it that way. I just don't call it a speech impediment. I call it a speech embellishment. It's my life philosophy is when life gives you lemons, fuck it, just call those lemons apples. I like to be a real personal comic. I like to tell stories from my childhood, a story I like to tell about my life. Really define me, and the story goes like this. My name is Anthony Lopez, and I got 3 brothers. I have a younger brother named Joel Lopez. I have a slightly older brother named Steven Lopez. And my oldest brother's name is Anthony Lopez. I'm going to say that again. My name is Anthony Lopez. Remember that. And I got 3 brothers. I have a younger brother named Joel Lopez. I have a slightly older brother named Steven Lopez. And my oldest brother's name is Anthony Lopez. Let me explain explain what happened here. First thing you gotta know, one, my dad's a weird guy. Before he came up to the States, he was living in Mexico. He had a wife, and he had a child down there, and he named that child Anthony Lopez. My father quickly ruined that relationship, like he does anything he's ever laid his dirty Mexican hands on. Moved up to the States, married a white woman who already had a son named Steven. And when they decided to have their first child together, my father, being the man of what I would consider an incredibly limited imagination, looked my mother in the face and said, "Your name I like, Anthony Lopez." It's got a familiar ring to it, I would say. It's given me fucked up issues my whole life growing up. I've never seen myself as my father's son. I've always just seen myself as the sequel. So bad for your self-esteem. Thinking of yourself as Anthony Lopez Part 2. Thought about that idea so much. I've even built the movie trailer for what Anthony Lopez Part 2 would sound like in my head. I'm going to share it with you guys right now. I think the trailer would sound like this. Like, imagine like a black title screen. And you just hear a voice, it's like,
in 1982, Anthony Lopez climbed out of his mother's vagina and the world was never the same. In 1987, he'll do it again. This summer, Anthony Lopez is Anthony Lopez Part 2. And this time, he talks funny.
my mother's not much better. My mother's a crazy woman, very religious woman. She's that woman that overreacts a lot. Give you a perfect example of that. When I was 13 years old, my mother caught me masturbating. She freaked out. She put a picture of Jesus up in literally every room of the house. It's a fucked up thing to do to your 13-year-old son. Made it impossible for me to masturbate after that. For like 3 days, and I didn't give a shit. My brother's not a lot better. My brother's real crazy. My brother says constant crazy shit all the time. That's why I love him though. The other day my brother said something to me that I thought was really stupid. He compared pleasing a woman sexually to solving a Rubik's Cube. I was like, Joel, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Pleasing a woman sexually is nothing at all like solving a Rubik's Cube. I don't know about you fellas out there, but I've never once in my 24 years of life had a Rubik's Cube pretend to solve itself just to make me feel better. You know? When I find out Rubik's Cube, we're gonna marry it. We got any couples in the house tonight?
Yep.
Be proud, come on, it's not to be ashamed of. We got any single fellas in the house tonight?
Yeah, boss.
I expected so. I got a girlfriend now, she's real great, but I was single for a long time. So what I like to do with my set is give some time to give some tips I found for picking up women for single fellas, things you can use in your everyday life. So I'm going to give you those tips. Fellas, I was single for a long time, and a big part of that is because I'm not good at hitting on women. So I got 2 tips for not good at hitting on women, things you can do. Fellas, my biggest problem with hitting on women is I'm not good at making a first move. I always kind of stutter over my words, make an ass of myself, never have a good first pickup line. So fellas, if you have this problem, let me tell you what I did. I exclusively hit on women at the DMV. You got hours to plan your first move, no excuse to fuck it up. Second tip, fellas, I got a little problem with hitting on women. I'm not good at taking rejection. I'm a fragile human being, you know? I don't take rejection well. So fellas, if you have this problem, let me tell you what I do. Whenever I hit on a woman, I always wear a Bluetooth headset. This way she rejects my pickup line, I just go, excuse me, bitch, I'm on the phone, do you mind? Yeah, baby, this goof slut just totally interrupted me. Can you believe that? Follow these tips long enough, fellas, eventually you're going to get a lady back to your place. Now, when I was single, I had a lot of one-night stands. I'm not ashamed to admit that. There's no shame in one-night stands. One-night stands are fun. My only problem with one-night stands is I'm not great at sex. But that's fine, because I don't shoot for great. I just shoot for memorable. That's my philosophy. I'm a big believer that you can't be one of the 5 best. Be one of the top 2 weirdest, you know? Do something crazy. Be the guy who tried to lick her ankles. Or just see how much of a hair you can fit in your mouth before she kicks you out, you know? Fellas, this is a little tip I like to give. Next time you're going down on a lady and you're starting to feel like she's bored because you suck at it, and she's not going to give you any pointers because of women, am I right, fellas? Try this. Reach around her and pull her in real close and unleash your most primal, animalistic scream into that twat your body is capable of producing. Now, fellas, you're not gonna blow a mind with that one. Be honest here. Call spade a spade. That's probably quickly gonna ask you to grab your shit and go. That's fine. Let me tell you why you're gonna take that hit on your chin, fellas. Because that woman will never forget you. She'll be on a deathbed 60 years from now, the last thought that will fire through her brain before she dies. Remember the guy named Anthony screaming to my snatch? What the fuck? I'm gonna get out of here real fast. I'm gonna do one more thing. I don't like to end on that joke, because that joke always leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But I like to end on a positive note. Something you can actually take away the everyday life. So you gotta take away just one thing from my set tonight. Let it be this simple message. Do not name your children after your other children. Thank you guys very much. My name is Anthony Lopez.